Yerp! What's good, y'all? Welcome into the YouTube channel. My name is Eric King, aka That Sneaker King, and I am excited to share the shoes that we have for you all today. We have a special Nike Dunk collab, and I know you guys are going to be hyped about this one. But before we dive into that, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on the channel. Turn on those notifications. Drop a like on this video. Drop a comment. Do all that stuff. All support is more appreciated than I can put into words. It truly is. So help out the channel. It costs nothing to help out the channel. It's all free. And we love the word free. So with that being said, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, share this video, do what you must. Everything helps. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Like I said earlier, we got a special Nike Dunk collab. We have your Union Los Angeles Nike Dunk collabs. I want to make sure you guys get your best look at these shoes. So, as lovely as it is to see this beautiful face, I want to make sure you guys get the best view of these shoes. Not everything is about me as much as I want it to be. I can't make everything about me. So with that being said, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to step into what I would like to call the workshop. So we're going to make sure you guys get your best view of these shoes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and step into the workshop. Start off with the boxing. As you guys can see, these are the Passport Unions. There's 3 different versions of these shoes. The version that we happen to get our hands on was the Argon version, which is a nice blue looking color version, which you guys will get a look at. They also have the pistachio version and the Laker purple court purple version of these shoes. Out of all 3 of them, of course, me being a Laker fan, I was initially attracted to the court purple version. But after looking at them real close in detail, checked out a couple videos, I think I'm in favor of these Argon versions. I know a lot of people that said they preferred the pistachio version. Not really my feel, not really my color. We'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But looking at the boxing, as you guys can tell, this is kind of based off the Passport travel look. As you guys can see, you kind of get what looks like sort of a boarding pass around the box. You get passenger ticket and baggage check. So you kind of get that passport feel, kind of like you're traveling somewhere from Los Angeles to Beaverton, Oregon. These are a size 9, the color being Hyper Royal and white and Sidekick blue. Nice. You get that Nike, and also you get that Union logo on there. And yeah, it all just kind of follows the travel airport theme as such a boarding pass or even your very own passport. So without further ado, let's dive into this a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the box. As you guys can see, it's still following into that kind of travel theme. Kind of like, almost reminds me of passport stamps. I mean, of course, passport stamps don't really look like this, but this is kind of the feel that pops into my mind once I see this. It almost looks like postcards. You know, you get different locations throughout the states, around the world. And it's just a really cool theme to play along with the Union passport. Let's get into the good part. And here is the heat we have all been waiting for. Your Union LA Argon colorway. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out both shoes for you guys, but I just want you guys to get a good look at everything. Bottom of the shoe. The opposite side of the shoe. The inside. We'll get into the details in just a bit, but these are fire. These are fire. Honestly, I was surprised by the amount of people that put these in last of all the colorways. I thought these would be definitely one of the preferred colorways, but hey, it is what it is. Everybody's got their opinion. Gonna go ahead and pull out both shoes for you guys. Nothing too different on either ones of the shoes. These are all pretty much the same. The only difference is gonna be your inside logo. On this, you get the Nike. On the other one, we have the Union logo. So you kind of see that difference there off the rip. These also, as you can see, come with extra laces. If you know me, I'm a huge fan of getting extra laces. I don't really see why they went with this darker blue. I mean, I guess it matches this Nike here. But if I had to pick, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with these white laces in there. I think they look pretty clean. Maybe if they would have threw in this kind of orangish colored lace, maybe I would have considered switching those out. But even then, not really my feel. So with that being said, let's go ahead and close up the box for now. And we're just gonna work with one of these shoes for now. As you guys can see though, you get this kind of tag on here. It reminds me of kind of the baggage claim feel. Oh yeah, look, perfect. Air baggage claim check. So this is your luggage. This is your luggage. This is your casing, and this is your luggage. This is some 5-star luggage you got here. And this is kind of heavier. You can kind of see this is very thick cardboard feel. I'm sure if you're gonna end up wearing these shoes, you're gonna want to take these off. This is probably gonna be something you want to save, but definitely can't walk around with this hanging on the shoe. As you guys can see that already. But going back to the shoe, as you guys can see, we get the 2 different color blues. Actually, let's go ahead and start at the bottom of the shoe. We get that nice gel looking feel on here, kind of translucent, a little bit translucent, but it's got the nice blue coloring on there. And you've got the Union logo on the bottom side of the shoe. Obviously, these shoes are brand new. These have no defects, no problems, no dirt marks on the bottom side of the shoe. So this is what a fresh pair looks like. Once you get to wearing these, I'm sure these are gonna dirty up quite a bit. So definitely expect that if you so happen to get your hands on a pair and you plan on wearing them. Moving up, we've got that white midsole of the shoe. Nice clean white feel, just regular like any other midsole on a Nike Dunk. Looking at the mud guard, kind of follows all the way around the shoe. We get that lighter blue color. I want to say this is the Sidekick blue. So we get that Sidekick blue all the way around. Or on a regular Nike Dunk, this would be your color. And on a regular Nike Dunk, you would have a white coloring here, either white or some kind of other side secondary color, but you kind of get that dark blue. On the toe box, this is kind of really the only place where you can probably see in between underneath this top layer, and I'll kind of get into the details of the top layer of the shoe in just a minute, but you guys can kind of see that darker blue color that is on the toe box of the shoe and also on the side pockets of the shoe and along the back heel side. Yeah, so there's that. You've got your orange kind of stitching around the shoe. And that's one thing that I wasn't really attracted to about these shoes. I feel like the stitching on here was kind of, it's not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest to say the least. You kind of see the spacing gets a little bit uneven on here. Wasn't really a fan of that. Can't really say I'm too much of a fan of the hanging threads on here, but I think with these, if you pull these, it kind of makes the stitching, you can pull the threads off the stitching, and you could take off this top layer of fabric that you get on here. You kind of get a tearaway fabric on the shoe, all around the shoe, so you can kind of see on places like this, you kind of got your loose fabric on here. And a lot of people, I feel like, will eventually probably take this off. I want to say underneath this, you get regular leather feel on here, but this goes all the way around the shoe. As you guys can kind of see that, you get that tearaway fabric on there. But yeah, that's kind of what these stitches are, this extra rope on the stitching is here for. Once you pull those off, I believe that can make it easier for you to take off that top layer on the shoe. But once you take off the top layer, of course, obviously, it's gonna affect some kind of value in the shoe, because once you take it off, it's nothing you can put back on. So that's definitely something to consider. On the back heel side, we kind of get this little nice little Union logo on there. And that is, as you can see, a nice little plastic feel. And it's not something you can easily take off, so that is definitely attached to the shoe and is going to be something that is going to be a part of these shoes. On the back side, we've got that nice blue Nike on there, and this kind of feels almost like a patent leather. This kind of feels the same as a Nike swoosh. I wouldn't say it's exactly patent leather, but you kind of see it's got that reflective feel on there. Nice little plastic feel on there. So yeah, that goes all the way down the Nike swoosh along to the back side. And as you guys can kind of see, the Nike words on there are kind of a 3D print, so you can feel each letter across the Nike. Continuing on around the shoe, the midsole of the shoe, you still got that dark blue color, same as on the other side. Moving on up around the ankle, we've got that nice, this feels soft right here. This is really soft. You got that nice cushion mesh feel on there. Almost feels like memory foam. It's not memory foam exactly, but it's nice and soft. Along the sock guard of the shoe, you get that nice, again, Sidekick blue matching with the rest of the shoe. And moving on to the tongue of the shoe, we got that nice blue Nike swoosh with a white tag on there. And you get the white coloring down the tongue of the shoe with almost like the graph look on there. And as you guys can kind of see these lines on here, the graph looking lines, I'm not too sure if that's a part of the tearaway fabric or if that's something actually branded on the shoe. Actually looking at it, I want to say it is a part of the tearaway fabric. So if you are to take this tearaway off, I think it's also going to take this graph feel off of the shoe. So definitely something to consider if you do have a pair of these and you feel like you do want to take it off. That's definitely one thing you want to consider, because it's going to change the look of the shoe pretty drastically. Also, we've got this nice Union LA tag on here on the shoe. And on the other side, oof, this was not put on here too well. I will say that this was not put on here too well. But you can kind of see it has a Nike on there. So Union on one side, Nike on the other. But yeah, this is your look at these shoes. Me personally, if I got them for retail, I'd be more than happy. Will I be paying resale for these? Probably not. Off the rip, I'm not really a fan of paying resale prices for Dunks. I feel like Dunks are very basic, simple looking shoes. And just the market on them right now is kind of very much overpriced. So I'm not really a fan of it. These though, being that they're collab Dunks, definitely would consider it. Definitely something I would consider. Not saying I would be easy to pull the trigger on it, but definitely something I would consider. I'd throw some bids in there for them if I really felt like I wanted them. But like I said before, I'm not the hugest Dunk fan. But hey, it is what it is. These are clean either way. If you were able to get them for retail, props to you. If you ever get them for resale, props to you. Because these are definitely going to have some value over time. And without further ado, that is your first look at these Union Nike Dunk collabs. Let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, more to come soon.